Are there potential snags in what Jets fans think is a slam dunk re-signing? So what's happening, Jets fans? This is GreenBean back with another video, and today I'm not quite as excited about this one as I was about the one that I recorded yesterday about the Jets acquiring Bradley and I. Great move, but there's another great move that we really should be focused on as an organization, and in my opinion, it's a slam dunk. It's easy peasy. Just get it done. Most Jets fans want to see it get done. I think most people outside of the Jets organization and the Jets sphere of consciousness think it should get done, and it looks like we might have hit a couple obstacles. I'm going to share that with you and see what you think once I show you what I'm talking about. But before I do, I want to remind you about the contest we have going on right here at Greenbeanjetsfan. All you have to do is hit the sub button right on this channel. Go over to my other channel, Full-Time Coaster Tour, which is me taking my kids around the country in an RV, riding every roller coaster this country has to offer. You sub over there as well, and you can win a Greenbeanjetsfan t-shirt from the greenbeanjetsfan.com merch store, as well as one grand prize winner winning that t-shirt and a Manscaped Ultra Smooth pack. Nice and easy, and we're almost there. We're almost at the goal of 5,000 subs, and once we get there, the contest winners will be announced. So guys, I think you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Braxton Berrios. Like I said, most Jets fans think that this is a pretty no-brainer type of signing. It's like, hey man, this guy worked his way up. He was a 5th-round pick from the Patriots. They had to cut him due to an injury. We snatched him. Bill Belichick actually called Adam Gase and said, hey, I want you to know you got a good one there. It was unfortunate we had to cut him. So even Bill Belichick showed just a smidgen of emotion with having to lose Braxton Berrios. And he's been on our squad for a couple years now, and he's just slowly but surely worked his way into the active roster. This was his first year as a full-time kick returner, and he gets voted as a first-team All-Pro. So it's one of those guys that the size, the measurables, all that stuff, the weight, it might not stack up to the types of receivers that you're looking at or have that typical size that you're looking for at the position. But he's just outworked and outperformed everybody. He just keeps doing things right. He's become a very, very well-used safety outlet for Zach Wilson. The word on the street is those guys have become very, very good friends. So there's a lot of positive reasons to re-sign this guy. Truth is, he's probably not going to break the bank. Now, finding out that he was a first-team All-Star, that definitely raised it up a little bit. So if they were talking about one number the day before that, you know that that number no longer applies. He's an All-Pro. So that's the way stuff goes. And it's, I think, hey, and rightfully so, man. Braxton Berrios knows that right now his value is at an all-time high, at least up to this point in his career. So what is it that I'm talking about? Well, he did an interview with Pardon My Take, one of the Barstool shows, just yesterday, and he said a couple of things. Number one, it's a great interview. If you guys haven't listened to it yet, it's very interesting. They talk about how the team responded to Sam Darnold getting mono, how they responded to the I'm seeing ghosts comment, the culture change between Gase and the new guys, Robert Saleh and staff. So there's a lot of really interesting stuff that I think Jets fans would really find interesting. But there was just a couple of key statements that I think apply and could be reasons to cause concern. Now, the first one, somebody on the staff of Pardon My Take is a diehard Jets fan. And he asked, even if you leave, what do you think about the staff of the New York Jets? Even if you leave, do you think we're headed in the right direction? And instead of saying we, I think what we've done and all that sort of, those types of statements, he said, I think they're good. I think they're doing a good job over there. And he says it twice. He says they. And that's just one of those things. For contrast, Morgan Moses said we. LDT said we when they were interviewed. And it's just one of those things. It's like, it's just a slight mindset. How is he viewing the organization? Is it they or is it a we? It's an interesting distinction. And I'll play you the clip right here so you can see it.
Truly. I think they're heading in a very good direction. I love the coaching staff there. Most of them, they're young. They know what they're doing.
Now, the other thing that he said, and really the more concerning statement that Braxton Berrios made, is something that we've heard before. If you guys remember, a couple years ago, Gary V, the well-known Jets fan, wants to buy the Jets at some point. Great motivational guy. Everybody loves Gary V. He's famous for being at all the drafts, and we've seen his emotional responses over the years. Really great guy. If you don't know Gary V, look him up and you'll like him, I imagine. Gary V was the agent of a center, Matt Paradis. And it just so happened that the Jets were in dire need of a center, and everybody thought it was a slam dunk. We have a diehard Jets fan, really one of the more vocal Jets fans out there, happens to be the agent of the number one center on the free agent market. And we thought it was a slam dunk. We thought it was going to, why wouldn't it happen? We need a center. The best center is available, and our Jets fan is his agent, right? Well, Gary V put out a tweet. It said, it takes two to tango. It takes two. So what does that mean? He was saying, and we found this out later, we're waiting. We have not received even a call from our GM at the time, Mike McCagnon, showed zero interest in Matt Paradis, and obviously he went and signed with the Carolina Panthers, and later when Joe Douglas came, he signed Paradis' replacement, Connor McGovern, over there for the Denver Broncos, and that's the way it went. So when Gary V said that it takes two to tango, this statement by Berrios is in that same pocket. I want you to hear it. Take a listen.
Why don't you announce you're re-signing right now?
Well, it's two sides.
It's two sides. So obviously he's not going to say too much about any potential contract negotiations, if they're happening, if they're not happening, where they are in the process. They're not going to say that. But it takes two. There's two sides. Sounds to me like they're not really receiving the interest from the Jets that maybe us as fans and the media at large think that there would be. Everybody thinks, of course, the Jets are going to sign Braxton Berrios. The coaching staff favored him all year. Look, in week 2, most fans thought he was the 5th wide receiver, and he got 11 targets in that Patriots game in our home opener. 11 targets. We were like, what the hell's going on? So the coaching staff has put it out there. They love Braxton Berrios, so much so that he has flourished in their new system there, both offensively and on special teams. He's done a great job. So why would he say, hey, it takes two? Or he said, why would he say, hey, it's two sides? It rings an alarm bell for me. I don't know if they're not showing interest at all. I don't know if maybe they're lowballing him, coming in with a $3 million contract or something like that. I have no idea what it means, but it does sound like, hey, we're sitting right here. Braxton Berrios has gone on record before saying, I love it here. I'm really good friends with Zach. I believe in him. I roll with two, all those kinds of things. He even in that same interview said that Mike White was his guy, loves him, loves his teammates, loves everything about the Jets. But he's still going to need to get paid. Is that a fair point? He said he's impartial to a city. He doesn't really have a conference that he would rather play in, a division. It doesn't matter to him. He doesn't think about things that way. But he does need to get paid. So what would the contract be? Now, this is when stuff about Joe Douglas, who you know I support, this is when the stuff that you hear about Joe Douglas, he's a penny pincher, he doesn't re-sign his own guys, all that kind of stuff starts to kind of bubble its way up. Now, we don't know what will happen, but that statement definitely causes some concern, at least from me. Love Joe Douglas. Really like Braxton Berrios, want him back without question. So what do you guys think? Does it raise the same alarm bells in your head? Do you have another take that maybe I'm not seeing? Let me know in the comments. Guys, I hope you're having a great day. And as always, go Jets.